Well, here we are. Home sweet home. It's not much, but it's your home now. What do I mean? Well, let us recapitulate. You were sacrificed to me by the villagers below, correct? That means that you are mine, little one. No need to be afraid. I shan't make you my slave or servant or anything of the sort. I have familiars to do the chores and house maintenance for that. Also, the idea of owning people has always been anathema to me, so even if you offer to become my slave, I'd refuse you. Now that that's out of the way, let me come back to what I meant when I said that this mansion was your home now. Seeing as how you were essentially killed by the villagers, were you to go back, they would outright kill you on sight, or send you back to me in an even more sorry state than the one you are in now. So, I've decided to take you as my child. Oh, don't look at me like that. I already stated that I want neither servants nor slaves, and you are far too young to be my lover or my plaything. So the only option left was taking you in as my child. I take it you are not against this decision? I see. About that, I want to know all there is to know about you, starting from when you were born to how you ended up as a sacrifice to me. I see. Ah, that is so sad, my dear child. So sad indeed. I cannot imagine the pain and loneliness you must have gone through, with no one to guide you or love you ever since your parents' death. But I'm here now. You don't have to worry about food or hygiene or education ever again. It would seem my on-the-spot decision to take you in was the right one, no? Well then, allow me to give you a tour of the house. Here is the living room. It is filled with everything from table games like chess and go-to games of chance and skill like mahjong and poker. There's also a fireplace there for the winter, since it's the inside of a mountain after all, so it tends to get a bit chilly. Oh no, I don't go down there to get wood. The fireplace is a normal one, but at the bottom are stone runes that produce fire when in contact with magicka. Since this was originally a closed-in mountain, I had to dig my way in the mountain to make the space where you arrived and the space where this mansion currently resides, as well as the hole above us so that the smoke doesn't fill the mountain or wind up filling the entrance. Oh, you don't know what magicka is? Well, I'll get into more detail some other time, but suffice to say for now that it is a power inside of you that you can use for wonderful things like spitting fire out of your fingertips, to spitting water out of your mouth, or making walls out of the earth below you. There are more possibilities, but I'm not going into detail right now. We still have a house tour to finish. So, as I was saying, aside from those commodities, there is also a lunch for my familiars, and each of them have their own room personalized to their own taste. Now, let's go to the dining room. Alright, so here is the dining room. It is a spacious room filled with decorations of my own making, from these paintings on the wall to the tables on each side of the room to even the vases that sit atop them. Oh, we dragons are pretty much immortal. So when you live forever, you tend to try and pursue everything life has to offer. After earning my fighting skills, I spent my time learning several crafts, from carpentry to tailoring to blacksmithing to masonry, as evident from this mansion I built, and many more. You think so, child? Well, I am glad you find me amazing. Perhaps I could teach you these crafts as well? Oh, you don't have to worry about that. You're already a dragon. We dragons have a lot of power, as you may have guessed, so much that humans will offer us tribute in order to not harm them, even though most of us don't even care about their presence. What we also possess are certain powers over many aspects of life. When I said that I would take you in as my child, I did not just mean it in the sense of taking you home and letting you live here while taking care of you as if you were my own. From the moment I said that I would take you in as my child, you became my child. Yep, you are 100% dragonkin now. Well, the change is taking its course right now. It will probably take a few months for you to spurt your first scale, and for the bud of that will become your tail to begin to form. In 5 or 6 years, you'll have minuscule buds on your back where your wings will form, and you'll have little horns in your head. 10 years from now, you'll already look like a teenage dragonkin, the only thing missing being the forked tongue. Oh, don't worry, there's no pain involved in the transformation process. It's slow, but not painful, so you'll be able to do anything you want without worrying about morning sickness or back pain if that was what was on your mind. Also, you'll be learning how to transform into full dragon form once I verify that you've fully matured. Interesting question. Why did I meet you and the others in my humanoid form and not in my true form? Well, I suppose it is because I wish to live in peace, and being in my true form would surely scare anyone coming in. This would, in turn, convince them that I'm a threat and attempt to eliminate me by dispatching dragon slayers, or worse. Believe me, you don't want to know. Now, for the next location on the tour. This is the country yard. It's outfitted with everything from dummies to wooden and dual-edged iron swords, and even rings for hand-to-hand combat practice. I suspect you and I will be spending a lot of time here training, little one. Everything from different forms of martial arts to utilizing magic in combat for both offensive and defensive purposes, like pariahs and even healing comrades. I'll also be teaching you our clan's secret swordsmanship style, Darkstorm Sword style. It is good that you're eager, little one, but not today. Right now we'll continue the tour, and then we will dine and rest the rest of the day afterwards. Now, on to the next room. Here we are, my very own personal magic crafts room. This is where you'll be learning all about how to craft potions, to how to enchant items, and how making runes out of basic material like stone or wood, to how to create artificial life, and even perhaps creating new magic spells or even magical crafts yourself. You like that, don't you? Well, my lovely child, I'll be teaching you everything I know, so there's no rush. Now, on to the rest of the tour. Here is the library. It's massive, I know, but it contains everything from magic tomes to books whose sole purpose is to entertain, like fantasy books, and informative books, like books about geography, science, basic magic theory, kingdoms of the borders, etc. You'll be able to learn everything there is to learn here in your free time. For now, let's finish the tour. Here are the rooms. On the right, we have the wing for the familiar rooms. On the left are the guest rooms, and right in front of us are two rooms, my room and yours. True, I didn't know you would come, but I always wanted a second child. But since the lower bag where I come from only permits those of my... well, I guess I should say former status, to sire one offspring to prevent disputes of power. I knew I'd sire a second one via Dragonkin words of power. Yes, it is. By infusing my normal words with dragon magic, all of what I say becomes Dragonkin words of power. When I say that you would become my child, the Dragonkin words of power become my child, activated, essentially making you my child in every sense of the phrase. It rewrote your entire physiology and biology, turning you from a human to a dragonkin. I'm happy that you're so open-minded, my child. Now go to your room and get acquaintance with it. I'll call for a familiar to get you to the dining room. We're having roast beef for dinner. Oh, wait! Now you can go. See you later, my child.